Hello, Stephen Reed. I wanted to talk about one of the big stories in the book is what happens is I noticed overnight that they had posted on the newsletter there's going to be an emergency meeting to cancel the election for Tuesday, the primary, because of snow, expected heavy snow. So I was there at 8 o'clock in the morning, and they had a whole parade of people go through, and you had the city attorney, and then you had Richard Struckoff, and they had all these reasons like, well, the city could be liable if somebody falls on the sidewalk while they're going to the polling place, and then they have Richard Struckoff. He's saying, well, it's just it's really low voter turnout for primaries anyway. Well, the real truth is, anybody that knows, and a lot of people knows, that the city wanted to do away with the primary. And so their whole parade of them, and the city attorney said he's going to go over to the appeals court and they can issue an order. In the meantime, I pointed out, I got up and spoke. And there's a video that I actually think I did a really good job on, saying that the city, mainly what I said is Mr. Struckoff, city attorney, the city clerk had actually already counted 400 votes, and I said, you can't disenfranchise 400 people. And I said the appeals court's going to say the same thing. You can't just cancel the election. And I said, you can go over there and ask. And sure enough, I was right. What the appeals court did when the city attorney went over there was went ahead and said that they would just delay the election. Then about a year or two later, they put it on the ballot. And I told at the time Carl Hurd I was tired of volunteering on projects. I wasn't going to go against campaign against it, and it barely passed by 100 votes. If I would have went out and campaigned some, but the primary is something we need. We need to have the primary and then have the general election to where we're not just limiting it down to just that's what we need. But the city got their way. But I did tell Richard Struckoff right in front of everybody, I said, if Richard Struckoff, if you don't really like your job, you get 60-some thousand a year or whatever, just, I'd move to China if you don't like the election. Everybody in there heard it. And I thought that, I was up there at the microphone. And then, so that's just a small summary of what happened that day. It was some of it sort of, it seemed sort of funny when it happened, but we need to have more elections instead of less. Thank you. And you can find on the book Freedom, Justice, and Liberty. You can go to that and send me, that's on YouTube by Stephen Reed. You can also email me at Mr. Stephen L. as in Larry, Reed, R-E-E-D, @gmail.com. And I could help you hook you up with one of the books or more information. Thank you very much. Have a good day.